Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Star Point Sports Reports with me, your boy, the man, NJ2TheCity with the number 2 in TL. Let's go into this analysis. So, what I left the last video off with saying, Blake Bortles, take his tape and study it versus Tom Brady and Rodgers, plenty of quarterbacks. Because if I had to take Blake Bortles versus Dak, I'm taking Dak all day long. I mean, they both can be game managers for all I care, but I trust Dak a lot more than I trust Blake. That's just my opinion from everything I've seen and etc. But again, Dak is a third-year guy. Blake is a fifth-year guy. So think about it. And especially after seeing what, because again, Blake Bortles last season, 21 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, his career best. Guys, especially for everybody that pays attention to analytics, and I'm not saying I'm huge into analytics, but I'm good enough into it where I can definitely dissect a few things. To everybody that knows analytics like this, you can compare that 21 touchdowns to 13 interceptions last season. Compare that to Jay Cutler, and look where Jay Cutler is, out of the league. And I mean definitely for reasons and etc. None off the field, but you get the point. And how many times has Jay Cutler taken the Bears to the playoffs and actually won a game? I don't know, but I'm just definitely, going to chop that up a little bit. Or at least put it into a conversation for everybody. Especially if you pay attention to analytics and you know what I'm trying to, go here. So, my point with saying that is, ladies and gentlemen, I have faith in Blake Bortles. I think always have faith in him. But I can assure you that when all you do is a bunch of game managers, short, simple, dinky-dank throws, you cannot expect me to root for you like I want to root for you. I want to root for Blake like he's our franchise quarterback, but I cannot root for him like he's our franchise quarterback because if you were to ask me, he's not a franchise quarterback. Or at least the way they have been babying him and game managing him this entire season and last season, he's not a franchise quarterback the way that they have been babying him. If you open a playbook and let him throw that ball a little bit, and I really mean like open up the playbook and have him deeply challenge defenses down the field, and let's see how truly accurate versus inaccurate he is. And I mean, I guess, like I said, because for me personally, you don't give people a 3-year, extension like they did. You don't give people 3-year extensions like that, doing what, playing like he did last year. You just don't do it, if you were to ask me. Unless you want to lie to yourself and pretend as if you got a franchise quarterback just to come back next season, have a good start, and then fall off like they've fallen off. Or fallen off. But that's just my opinion from an analytic point of view. Again, I love the Jags. I am a fan of them, but I can assure you I never bought into what they did last season. I just never bought into it. And I'm not ashamed I never bought into it because I watched practically every snap that Blake Bortles took. And every snap that he took was definitely not good enough for me to be like, oh yeah, he's doing, everything he can. He's owning this. No, he was being exactly what they coached him to be. So Blake, it's not all your fault. It's definitely not all your fault. They babied you last season, and they're babying you this season. Like literally. Oh yeah, let's call up the Browns and try to get Carlos Hyde. Why? Because we don't trust our quarterback to throw the football down the field. I'm one of many. Ooh, that was a nasty hit. That was a nasty hit. I'm watching the game where, I don't know his name, but 31 on the Washington Redskins. Hope he's okay because the way his head twisted going down to the ground is really nasty. But yeah, literally to see that instead of trading away Blake, they like, oh yeah, let's just trade for a running back. Like our quarterback, Blake Bortles, he's good when he has a running game. Yeah, when we have a running game and out of 4 plays, he'll throw the ball once and pass it off the running back twice. Or at least out of 3 plays. Let's put it that way, out of 3 plays. It's different when you're a Jared Goff or etc. Jared Goff is actually challenging defenses downfield. He's not afraid to throw the ball and etc. Why? Because he has if you would ask, actually, not just ask me, literally do the research yourself, an offensive-minded head coach that is expanding the opening up the playbook and playing to his strengths and his characters and etc. You get the point. I do believe Blake can be a really, really good quarterback in the NFL. but he has to. It's more than fundamentals. They need to open up the playbook for him, and that's literally what it is. Blake Bortles can be a franchise quarterback. You just have to work on. You have to work on mechanics, but I don't even think mechanics is his problem anymore. I think it's just a playbook. They have not. They have minimized that playbook for him as safely as they could, making him a complete game manager, throwing as many safe balls as possible. Dinky dank. I expect you to make that in high school, not as a fifth-year pro. Challenge defenses down the field. And if you're not challenging defenses down the field, again, look at how your defense is playing now. You can't rely on them anymore. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, it all depends on how you want to chop this up, dissect this up, and etc. All depends. Because I'm just saying that this upcoming draft, I think we definitely have a few guys that we can definitely start over with. By the way, start over. Shy Guy Bus NF and Flame with their song Start Over. But yeah, you got plenty of guys they can start over with. And I would definitely love to see them try. Because I'm just like, and it's Blake. It's not to say, oh, Blake has to be. No, Blake. I mean, Blake can stay on the team or he can be traded. Not that I don't want him to be cut. I want him to get another opportunity to play in the NFL or be a franchise quarterback. But he needs to get it with an offense. I want to say with an offense that's not going to limit him. He needs it with an offense that's not going to limit him. Offense that's going to open up the playbook and play to his strengths. And etc. If you were to ask me. Because when they had Cody Kessler in there, now it wasn't like, oh, so electric like it was when Baker Mayfield came in. It wasn't that so electric, but it definitely gave him a little bit of a tiny spark, enough to at least score a touchdown and not get completely shut out and etc. So at least good enough for that. And completions, he had more completions and etc. And it just looked better. Or looked overall better than it did with Blake Bortles in there. So the point there will definitely be, again, I mean, I support Blake, I support Cody, even though when I watch Blake play and whenever he makes a mistake, it might not seem like I'm supporting him because I'm not gonna even lie. When I'm watching him throw interceptions, or I mean, because it like I said, I want him to challenge defenses down the field, but it's like when I it's something else. I mean, it really is something else. I mean, it's something else. I mean, it's like saying the way you hear me commentate on him throwing picks and fumbling the ball, it basically seems like I'm rooting against the Jaguars every single time. But God, honestly, I have love and support for them. Trust me, I do. I just wish that the quarterback wasn't a game manager, and I wish that the offense didn't limit him. I wish the head coach didn't limit him. I wish the entire organization didn't limit him. Because right now you see the defense is being very stagnant. So, I mean, what can you do? And they said, oh, the quarterback's the least of our problems. No, it's not. The quarterback is one of your top 3 problems. And until you address your quarterback situation in that way, you're never going to, recover in the way that you need to recover. That's just my opinion. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure if every take I made here was on point, but I can assure you, I'm going to, review it. If it is good, I'll post it. If it's not, I'll redo it. But God bless everybody out there for better and for worse. I mean, I got more takes, definitely more takes, but I definitely need to be in more of a, rhythm and groove to get them out without, consistently pausing and get them out with a very analytical point of view with everything I say. And I thank everybody for listening, watching, viewing, subscribing to this episode. Oh, my Lord. Dallas just lost. Because their kicker could not kick it. Well, he kicked it, but it did not go in between like it should have. Again, much love and respect to everybody out there. God bless y'all. Since I got like 5 minutes into this, I might as well finish it up with talking about the songs that I just dropped. The songs that I just dropped, ladies and gentlemen. The songs that I just dropped, ladies and gentlemen, were songs like Collective Effort and Find Your Voice. Now, Find Your Voice was supposed to be featuring Miss Annie Beverly, the same person that's featured on Where's My Song, and etc. Now, with that She will be featured on she's gonna be featured on so many other records that I have in mind. But knowing that I wanted to put that a part of the Valley Witch Academy Keep the Weight cheer team tribute album, I just went in and said, okay, I'm gonna have to, not feature her on this one and go with what I had. Now, I definitely have parts of the Find Your Voice song that I need to do better. I could have done better at, like, again, with a more consistent flow, and my singing could have been better. Because, again, I could sing a lot better than on some of these records that I'm putting out there. But I can assure you, I got these records, so I got to do something with them, and I'd rather try to, put them out and see what, and see what sticks rather than, not put them out and have that time that I spent making some of these records go to waste. So, God, all glory be to God. Like I said, the overall content of the records is definitely good enough. At least with the lyrical quality is good enough for the reason why I do release these records. Like I definitely know that in some which way. Wow. I'm still watching the game, but yeah, Find Your Voice. That record is what it is. I'm gonna put out a version featuring Miss Annie Beverly eventually, and the same thing with Collective Effort. The singing could be better. Forgive me that it's not as good as it should be and not as good as I want it to be. But all glory be to God, I'm still making music, I'm still making records, I'm still mixing, I'm still singing, and we're going to see where everything goes. Again, I'm young, I'm 20 years old, and I love making records for the kids. I love making records just for people in life in general and help pastor people and etc. And I love making videos on this YouTube channel, period, no matter how many views they get, no matter how long it takes for them to get as many views as I want them to get. I love making these videos and at least having, my heart out there for the world to view whenever they decide to view it. So again, God bless everybody. Once is unashamed, God first, God over everything. I wish you all the absolute best, and I can assure you once again, I'm continuously learning, building, growing, and evolving. And I can tell you that for better and for worse, all glory be to God. We're gonna get through this stuff together. We're gonna come back bigger, better, and stronger, and we're gonna keep on trying to innovate with God first, anything and everything that we can. So once again, take care. 12 minutes into this, I definitely got more sports takes coming soon with not just this week, but other weeks of football. So God bless. Take care. Your boy, the man, NJ2TheCity on Snapchat at NJ2TheCity, all lowercase. And same thing with Twitter, except it's capital N, capital J, number 2, capital T, lowercase H-E, capital C, lowercase I-T-Y. So take care. God bless. Your boy, the man, NJ2TheCity out.